Welcome back to the Scottish Tech's YouTube channel. So it's been a while, but today we've got a clutch to do on this Scania XT. So we need to take this gearbox out and replace the clutch as the bearing has came away for the clip. So I want to get back into doing these longer videos, but it's just been hectic since we started up. The full van's been customised, we've got another van, we've got another mechanic. So it's been 100 miles an hour, but this is a good video to get us back in the swing of it. So full clutch replacement on this Scania XT coming up. Step one is we need to tilt the cab just to gain access. So we've opened up all the grille. You do that through here. You pull this tab, it releases the grille. You can lift that up and open the side bits. And then we have our cab tilt bar here. So you twist this round and then literally just work that back and forward and the cab will tilt. That is Greg, he is helping us today. So we've got two men on this just to get it done quicker and mainly safer. So both of us are going to rattle this one out. So this is the reason it's coming out. That bearing is unclipped for the pressure plate because the clip's knackered. So we need to take the gearbox out and replace the clutch kit. So step one underneath is we need to take the PTO off. So we have a cover. So under these 4 bolts, that'll slide out. We can put the cover on and it will stop it leaking oil. That is us got the PTO off it now, and Greg up the top just took off the actuator which goes there. So that's off, PTO's off. We will move on to the prop shaft next. Right, Greg's undoing all the wiring, so just took the cover off the ECU to unplug that. All the covers, the cable ties, and we'll start unplugging everything. Now that is a majority of the wiring all off. I've got a bit of difficulty here getting the prop off, is that top bolt is starting to round, so we've got an Allen key bit that we're going to try and chap into it and see if we can get that off. That's it. Try and get that top one first. That's not a bolt. Go. Go. What have you came in for this side?
You need direct it into the...
Wait. Fuck off. I need the back end of the gun lifted up a bit. Right, try and push it. Alright, keep going. $18 ton of gravel in my eyes.
Where's the bother bolt?
Just chuck them in there. Put them in our tray on that.
Right.
Not like it was just going to fall out. Well being optimistic. Where's the chapping device? Yeah. So we're going to take this prop shaft right off. So we've drawn a line so we know it's going to go back on the exact same spline as these are all balanced. So drawing a line straight up it and we can now pull the front section off. That is us got the prop shaft completely off, so that's not in the way anymore. We've cracked off the top bell housing bolts, so we'll now support the engine. Greg's going to take off the high and low range valve block at the back, and then we can take off our engine mounts, gearbox mounts. So we've supported the engine with a couple of breeze blocks, a bottle jack and a block of wood. Greg's taking that valve off. There's one air pipe left to take off up the side here. I'll get that now, and then we'll just do the rest of the bell housing bolts. This is the last air pipe here, so it's already been cracked off. That is us off. We can take all that away from the side of the gearbox now, and then we can just finish cracking off the rest of these bolts. We'll support the gearbox and then we can take off our mount. Right, we're ready for the jacked out, so we're just going to roll that underneath. We've got all our mount off, it's still in place but all the bolts are out. We just need to take the bolts out from underneath once we support the gearbox. The housing bolts are cracked off, so we'll get this under, blocks of wood there to support it, and then we'll pull this gearbox out. That is our gearbox mount off, we're fully strapped up to the trolley. Shut up, Greg. Strapped up, engine supported, it's ready to get pulled out. Right, Greg, I'm going to start shimming it to you. How are you looking? Yeah. Shoot. Just need to try and pull it back a bit. Alright, I'm going to pull it back. Ready? Right. Oh, set it. Right. Let it down. You're clear all the way. All the way. All the way.
That's a brilliant jack.
Just needs to come left a bit at the front now.
It's a good jack, eh? Oh, steady, watch your right.
Right.
Not there. Right, that is us now separated, so we need to take our pressure plate bolts off. We'll take the pressure plate and clutch plate off, and then change the release bearing, clean it all out, and rebuild it. That is us got it all out, so that is a release bearing, and that obviously clips into here to the other way, but this clip, I don't know if you'll see on video, it's completely flat, so it's not getting a grip of it anymore. And our clutch disc, all the springs are loose, basically hanging out this, so it was definitely due. It's thin as well, so we'll get the clean out the gearbox and get the new one put in. So we need to get a new clutch for it. As you can see, the bearings inside there, or the bushes, is completely gone. So I don't know if you get these separate, but if no, we need to get a new clutch fork. That doesn't, in fact, there's playing that, it doesn't sound great either. So, new clutch fork, need to go and pick one up. So now all that's it, we're going to get a brake cleaner and just clean inside. I don't know where my torches went. We're going to clean it all inside here, in the flywheel, and then clean inside the gearbox just to get all that old clutch dust out. Once that's all nice and clean, we'll tune back in and we'll put the new clutch and pressure plate in. Now we've not got a proper clutch alignment tool, so we improvise. So this is a 3/4 extension and a 30mm socket. So as you can see, the socket slides in there with very minimal plate. And on this side we put some black tape around it, and that sits inside the flywheel. So then when we put that in, put the clutch on it, it's all nice and aligned. That is us, got the new fork, so we'll get that fitted. Hey Greg, kick it again. That'll do. That is us now. We've got all the bell housing bolts tightened back up, so we'll get a mount back over the top, under our straps, and get the jack out. Now we're underneath, that is us all bolted in, the jack's out the road, actuator back on. So the next step is to get all this wiring and everything back in place. Right, so I need to clip that bearing into the pressure plate. There we go, so that is us fully clipped in. So this valve block here is for your high range and your reverse gear. You need to line it up with these two little pins and slide it in, which is actually a bit awkward, as Greg's found out. So Greg's moved to the wiring, and now I'm going to try and get this on there. There we go, so that is us got that in. Just need to tighten the bolts up, like so. And where's the other one? Oh, it's up here somewhere. I can't find it. That is all the driver sides connected, just needs all cable tied up. A couple of sensors left at this side. We're going to stop and get some food. So Greg is just finishing cable tying up now. So as you can see, it's all nice and neat, well secured. Once that's done, we'll get the prop shaft on, and then the PTO, put the cab down, calibrate the clutch, and that should be us. So we're going to carry the prop in and put it in. I'll put a ratchet strap around the centre, so we'll lift up there, that will support the weight, and it means we can just line it up. That is us now got the PTO on, so I just need to tighten up the bolts. Prop shaft's all on, so once that's on we can let the cab down and calibrate the clutch. That is all our PTO bolts on now, and we've topped up our gearbox oil for all the stuff that we lost. So that is that done, we'll go and put the cab down and calibrate this clutch. What are we? We're a G series 410. No, we're not, we're a P series. 410. Scan. This will detect the systems, it will run a full scan, then we'll be able to calibrate the clutch. So that is our scan done. Now if we go into Gearbox, there will also be a load of faults because we've had everything unplugged. So if we connect to the gearbox, then we go to calibration, clutch wearing, we tick, so it tells you that the engine must be stopped, which it is. We've fitted a new disc, tick, that is it, calibrated. So now we should be able to start it up, put it in gear, take it a drive, and then we'll clear all the faults. That is us running. Now we've got a brake pressure warnings on the dash just because we had the air pipes off, so we'll build up the air pressure, then we should be able to flick it into gear. Now it's not too clear because of the glare, but that is us built up the air, and now if we flick it into reverse, as you can see, we're into reverse now, so if we take the handbrake off, we should be able to move. That is us now done the clutch, so both fans ready to go home. Customer is happy, I'm happy, now it's time to get home for a shower. Now, I hope you liked the video. I'm hoping to bring a lot more videos, sort of longer videos back to YouTube. I kind of neglected it a bit, but didn't really have the time to do the edit and stuff, so hopefully there's more to come. But for tonight, it's over and out.